Hello everybody, day 26, how to get your shit together in 100 days. And have you ever come up against any resistance in your life? You want to do something but there's resistance there. And then maybe you just think, well, maybe it's just not meant to be. Maybe I'm just not meant to do that. Maybe that's a sign from the universe that I'm just not meant to do that. And while that may be the case now and again, generally that is a cop-out. And sometimes to follow the path of least resistance, there's a paradox here, so stay with me with this one, because it might seem a little bit confusing at first, because it was at one time confusing for me, but I'm more savvy to it now. So I've written articles on following the path of least resistance many years ago, and it was one of my most shared articles ever, was my article on the path of least resistance. And one of the reasons I think people loved it so much is because it was such an easy cop-out to follow the path of least resistance, to go, oh, well, I read this article and now I understand, and I'm just not meant to do these things, because sometimes going against resistance can cause stress, right? And to shy away from it can take away our stress. But that doesn't mean we're not meant to do it, Sometimes, yes, the path of least resistance is the best way. In some cases. In some cases, not. In some cases, we need resistance to grow, right? Well, one of the reasons I just decided to use this backdrop is, it's a typical sort of example, a bench press, resistance training. That's not the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance would be for me not to do that. The path of least resistance for me today would be to go and lie on the sofa and, just eat chocolate all day. That would be the path of least resistance. So that's why that idea can seem very appealing when it's said, okay, well, the thing to do in life is follow the path of least resistance. And while at times that is correct, other times not. And so what's important is to have discernment of when the path of least resistance is the best way and when it's not. And that comes through experience. Knowledge and wisdom. That's it, right? We get to understand these subtleties, So, to work out, oh, I don't feel like working out today, so I just shouldn't do it. No, work out, do the workout. 99 times out of 100, when we think, oh, this path of least resistance is the best way, when it's something like doing something that's good for you, it's not the case. Yes, there's one in 100 or 200 times when you think, I shouldn't work out today, and then you do work out, and then you, you pull some muscles or something. I don't know. But that can happen. That's just the law of averages, right? And so it's just knowing when to persevere with something and to go through the resistance. I have resistance to doing 5 sets of front squats, because there is resistance there. There's resistance to doing that, because doing the exercise itself, there's so much resistance. But the thing is, even if it's not enjoyable in the moment, and we talked about this in previous videos, the 4 types of experience, if you want to go back and watch them, some things aren't enjoyable in the moment, but the result it gives you far outweighs the momentary non-enjoyment. There's plenty of things I don't enjoy doing that I do because of the result I get from it, right? And if we can just do that in life, then there's great rewards to get from that. We start to master the game of life. So, and I've been looking, like I said in previous videos, looking into procrastination and things like that recently a lot. And procrastination is a way of stress relief. To procrastinate is actually to follow the path of least resistance. It's to procrastinate. But when we do procrastinate, there's like an internal suffering. It's low level, constant internal suffering when we procrastinate. You know, we try and ignore it, we try and deny it. But when we actually go into the resistance, go into the wind, you know, how does an airplane take off, right? It takes off with a lot of resistance. It takes off into the wind. You know, there's got to be a lot of resistance for an airplane to take off, to get up there. But once it's up there, it's cruising, you know? So if you want to get up there in life, you need some resistance. You need to go head on into some things. You got to feel the resistance and do it anyway. Feel the fear, do it anyway. Feel the discomfort, do it anyway. You know, get out of your comfort zone. And by getting out of your comfort zone expands. These are all stuff we've covered in previous videos. I'm just showing it from a different sort of angle. So, you know, what are you resisting? What are you procrastinating on that if you did it, even if it caused some more discomfort in the moment, could give you a greater result and could give you, to take away that sort of low-lying inner suffering, you know? Because sometimes you do something and yes, there's some more fear, there's some more resistance, and you push through that and you get a breakthrough. And once you get a breakthrough, it's like, great, a breakthrough. So look for your breakthroughs. Look for where you can get your breakthroughs, and you get your breakthroughs by going into the resistance. That's where you get your breakthroughs. Not by shying away from them, not by the path of least resistance. Path of least resistance is often the convenience, right? Look for a breakthrough. Thanks for watching. See you again tomorrow.